please ask. It's great to have Anita answer questions.
Yeah, I have a question here.
Yeah, go ahead.
My question pertains to succession planning in a creative organization. I mean, you've talked of trying to take this brand forward globally, but you are the brains behind the brand, I assume.
Yeah.
I mean, probably the sole brain. So how do you plan for the next generation to take over from you?
It's a very good question. It's something the General Atlantic team and, I have some really, really smart people on my board also have discussed with me, and have already begun the process. So in each of the brands, I have a product head whom I work with very closely. I have another creative head who's my art director whom I work with very closely. And I'm basically trying to empower them. In fact, I've had an interesting discussion even with Harsh on that. And my favorite line to them is, what if I was not there tomorrow? What if I died tomorrow? What would you do? So I'm already thinking on those lines, and I'm trying to train them to think like me, to kind of just be my clones. And it will take quite a few years, but that's in process.
Yeah. Any other questions? At the back? Okay. At the back, there's hand up, and
Anita, you said that you have got a difficulty in balancing. You're not able to stay away from the business side, the financial side of your the balance between the creative side and the business side. Could you just share what exactly is happening inside your head, and why you're not able to strike this balance?
Sorry, just repeat that again.
Can you share what is happening inside your head as to why you're not able to strike this balance?
Why am I not able to?
interested in the business
To give
side?
more time and attention to the creative side and less to the business.
So you see, my skill and my forte is creativity in the company. We are 3 founders in the company. I have my brother and I have a younger sister. I started the business with my younger sister. And I think the reason of my success is the fact that I've started it with 2 siblings whom I share a very, very close rapport with. And all 3 of us bring a very different strength to the company. Mukesh is the numbers guy, so he looks after the financial side of the company, and that's what he is good at. I am the creative person. Meena is excellent with people, so she looks after the HR. The HR head, and she work very closely together. And she's excellent at production. So I've always said this in the past, that the reason for my success is that the 3 of us balance each other so well and have a fantastic understanding with each other.
And also, I think this is a very popular business mantra also, is that, a lot of people feel that if you're not good at something, you should learn it. But I think you should focus on what you're good at and outsource the rest. I think that is a smart practice, because there's no way one person can be good at everything.
And it's a large company now. There are professionals, there's a CFO, so I really leave the numbers to them. Not that I do not get involved with the numbers being a founder, yes, of course. But honestly, I should be spending 80% of my time doing creative work, and it's better for the company to do that.
Yeah, at the back, yeah. Can you stand up, please? No, at the back, there was a question at the back. Can you stand up, please? Yeah, so can you give him the mic?
Yeah. My name is Sunil Pol. I'm from entrepreneur.com.
Hi, Sunil.
My question is what are your tips to the women entrepreneurs in the scale-up journey?
What are my tips?
What are your questions for?
What are your tips to the women entrepreneurs in the scale-up journey?
Scale of journey.
In the scale-up journey.
What's your advice to entrepreneurs to scale up their journey?
I've always said this, that people have asked me that how did you, you're a woman and you're in business, but I think when you're in business, it's not about you being a man or a woman, it's just about how good you're at your work. And I follow the same rule even when I'm looking for people to employ in the company. Though we are a very women-focused company, the design team is primarily women, but to me, it's not a man or a woman who's in front of me. I'm just taking somebody onto the team for what they are capable and what they'll bring to the table. And I think when I'm a woman in business, yes, it's sometimes difficult to multitask because we have more roles, you have the home to look after and you have your work. But I think you just need to have great family support. If you're asking me from that aspect, being a woman, how do I balance both? I think you just need great family support, and I've always had that. You can't do it without the support of the family.
You're talking about scaling up business. What do you have for entrepreneurs if they want to scale up their business to going from point A to point B where you're scaling up? what are the things you should keep in mind, whether it is succession planning or whatever, from a small business to big business as you're scaling up?
I think it's a natural organic growth that happens. I
Yeah,
mean, you just
so
need
that's what
to you just need to look at growth every year and be focused and just look
Yeah.
at growth. Have a long-term plan, of course, and then have short-term goals.
So there was one more question here, and that's the last question. Anybody in the middle here?
What we really find challenging is to launch a brand because of its cost involved. So what was the best way of building a brand or starting a brand?
I think it's very expensive and requires a lot of time and energy to launch a brand. I've done what I did. And honestly, when I was starting Grassroot about a year and a half ago, I was completely stretched for time. And I think it was, and everyone looked upon it as I was being very foolish to do this. But I think I just had to do Grassroot because I had to do what I had to do. I'm not saying it's easy. My labels and brands just happened over time. They just kind of happened naturally and organically. I definitely don't see myself ever creating another brand because I think the rest of my lifetime in business is going to spend just nurturing these 5 brands to take them to the level I want to take them. So I think everybody's story is different because yes, it requires a lot of time, energy, money, everything.
And also, I think in a wrap up, I want to say that she didn't just wake up one day and say, I'll do 5 brands. You know,
I never meant to. They just happened
Yeah.
organically. And,
Yeah.
and I mean, I have my hands full right now, and I definitely don't see myself doing this, but definitely taking the brands higher now.
Yeah. So I just want to wrap up by saying that, we all have our
Excuse me,
perceptions
ma'am.
of what things are. So the day when we went to meet her, I was like stressing out, saying, man, I'm wearing this basic black thing, so I'm going to meet a fashion designer. And it was great to see her in her black outfit.
uniform.
And then we were just 2 people having a great time and a great conversation. And I think part of it is it doesn't matter whether it's fashion or film or manufacturing. A person is a person that builds it. And it's been wonderful getting to know you. And we hope to have Grassroots all over the world.
Thank you, Lakshmi.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you.